If you're hunting for a USB-C to Lightning cable and stumbled upon the Monoprice USB-C to Lightning cable, you might think you've struck gold, promising Apple MFI certification, rapid 18-watt charging, and corrosion-resistant gold plating. But here's what surprised me. This cable isn't exactly the flawless solution you were expecting. In fact, despite the rave reviews, I uncovered some key issues that could turn your charging experience into a frustrating mess. So before you hit that buy button, you need to hear this honest review because not all cables live up to their hype. Stick around because I'll reveal what the Monoprice USB-C to Lightning cable truly delivers, how it performs under real-world use, who it's actually suited for, and whether it's worth your hard-earned money. You'll also get a few laughs along the way, because hey, even tangled cables can't tie up my humor. Ready? Let's plug in. First off, who is this cable for? If you're someone switching to USB-C chargers with an iPhone or iPad that demands a Lightning connector, this cable looks like a solid match. It's targeted at Apple users who want a harness power delivery, fast charging up to 18 watts and sync data reliably. The Apple MFI certification is critical. It means Apple has basically given this cable a thumbs up, assuring compatibility and safety. But that label alone isn't the whole story. Here's an example. Imagine you're rushing to work, your phone's battery is critically low, and you unplug this Monoprice cable hoping for that rapid boost. You connect it to a USB-C PD charger, but after minutes, you barely see any charge improvement. Or worse, your phone intermittently disconnects mid-charge. That's not just annoying. That's a deal breaker for a device you rely on daily. And yes, while the reversible USB-C connector should make plugging a breeze, you can still encounter subtle connection issues due to build inconsistencies. Let's dive deeper. What sets the Monoprice cable apart on paper is the 50-micron thick gold plating on the connectors. Gold plating generally means less corrosion and better conductivity over time, which sounds amazing, until you realize the cable's durability hinges on more than just metal plating. A lot of users report the cable fraying near the connectors, or the outer sheath cracking after a few months of heavy use. And if you're someone who's ever tried wrestling a stubborn Lightning cable out of a packed purse or backpack, you'll know durability is king. Unfortunately, Monoprice isn't the champ here. Now, don't get me wrong, this cable does have its moments. Syncing data isn't a problem. File transfers between computers and your iPhone are fast and stable. The quick charge does work, but only if your power adapter is truly up to snuff. Not all USB-C PD chargers play nice with it, prompting users to test multiple power bricks before finding a match. If you're a user who cares more about everyday charging than maximum speed, this might not trip your alarm. Here's a twist that might surprise you. This cable's price point often undercuts Apple's official Lightning cable by a fraction, tempting buyers to save a few bucks. But the classic phrase applies. You get what you pay for. While the cable is cheaper, the inconsistent performance and questionable longevity might have you rebuying another cable sooner than desired. I've seen more breakups with this cable than my last dating app experience. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it's pretty close. Why does this happen? The Monoprice cable, while certified by Apple's MFI program, is manufactured to meet Apple's standards, but the MFI certification process doesn't test for rough, everyday wear and tear. It focuses more on safety and compatibility. So you could say it's like getting a driver's license. Just because you pass the test doesn't mean you're ready for Formula One. That's where genuine Apple cables, or premium alternatives, often excel because their build quality is sometimes on a different level. So, should you throw this cable out the window? Not so fast. It's more nuanced than that. If you use this cable in a relatively gentle environment, say, your desk charging station where it doesn't go through tugging, twisting, and pocket abuse, it's a solid, affordable option. Plus, if you frequently swap connectors between multiple devices, the reversible USB-C plug is a subtle but appreciated convenience. You won't have to play the guessing game of which side is up, unlike those old-school plugs. Here's a quick story from a user on Amazon. They praised the gold plating and said it makes the cable look fancy on their white iPhone. But within a few months, a mysterious data sync error popped up whenever they connected their phone to a new MacBook. Turns out, despite the cable's promising specs, intermittent connectivity issues can creep in, driving you to troubleshoot cables instead of enjoying your device. If that wasn't frustrating enough, their dog apparently thought the cable was a chew toy, which is a problem no technology review can fix. Just a heads up, don't share your cables with your dog. You might be wondering, how does this compare to other cables in the same price range? Well, Anker and Amazon Basics deliver USB-C to Lightning cables that also carry MFI certification and generally receive better durability praise. For just a few dollars more, some users report these alternatives lasting twice as long and charging just as fast. But Monoprice's appeal remains in its affordability during sales and its stylish gold-plated connectors. Still, if long-term value is your priority, it may end up as a costly short-term gamble. Let's break down the charging experience a little more. The Monoprice cable supports up to 18 watts of power delivery fast charging. That means theoretically your iPhone should jump from 0 to 50% battery in about 30 minutes if paired with a compatible charger. However, in reality, performance might fluctuate. Some reviewers note it sometimes charges slower than official cables, especially with third-party chargers. Think of it as the guy who shows up to the marathon but needs a few water breaks, inconsistent but generally gets there. Speaking of syncing data, the cable doesn't disappoint. Data transfer speeds between your iOS device and laptop are stable and on par with Apple standards. So if you're looking for a cable primarily for frequent backups or transferring large files, this one's decent. Just don't rely on it for lightning-fast charges or expect it to survive your daily cable abuse without some wear and tear. Alright, I promised a few jokes, so here they go. Why did the cable go to therapy? Because it was tired of being so disconnected. Or, what do you call a twisted USB cable? Not work. And here's a quick one for the tech geeks. Why did the USB-C cable break up with the Lightning cable? They couldn't find a common connection. One more before I go. Charging with Monoprice is like my attempts at dieting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it disappoints. So, what's the final verdict? The Monoprice USB-C to Lightning cable is a mixed bag. On one hand, it ticks many crucial boxes: Apple MFI certification, 18W fast charging, reversible USB-C plug, and stylish gold plating. On the other hand, durability issues, occasional inconsistent charging speeds, and reliability concerns mean it's not a perfect pick. It suits users who want a budget-friendly cable for light to moderate use, don't mind replacing cables yearly, and don't need absolute premium longevity. If you value consistent high performance and rugged build quality, you might want to invest a little more in cables from known premium brands like Apple, Anker, or Belkin. However, if saving a few bucks matters more and you prefer a stylish cable that performs adequately for day-to-day use, Monoprice could do the job. Just avoid giving it to your dog. Before you rush to Amazon, remember prices can fluctuate pretty fast, especially on popular tech accessories. So check the link in the description below for the most current deal. Don't miss out by waiting too long. Sometimes a good sale can turn an okay cable into a bargain worth snapping up. And if you do get one, handle it with care, and you might enjoy worry-free charging longer than expected. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. If you found this helpful, or if you want a hand picking out the best cable options for your Apple devices, hit that subscribe and notification bell for more in-depth reviews that save you time and money. Until next time, may your cables stay untangled and your devices fully charged.